to MJ Tabletop Creations and Games. Today we have our special guest, Julie, who hasn't been with us in a while. And we're hopefully starting our chats again. So first, let's start with the news, some gaming news, some of the news in the miniature wargaming industry. And the big news is that Warhammer 40K, the grandfather of all war games, is having its 9th edition, and that's coming up. Now, you've never played 40K.
No, I never have.
No, and we've always kind of talked a little bit about it, but I know there was a faction or two that you liked.
Right. The sisters? Is that
the
sisters? The Battle Sisters.
Yeah, the Sisters of Battle.
Okay.
The Adeptus Sororitas, which didn't come as a surprise. But what was that other faction? The Critters.
Tyrannid.
Yeah,
right?
the Tyranids. The Critter Army, as I call it. And that was a little bit surprising. You're kind of like my niece. She's a Tyrannid fanatic. So
yeah, well, it's unusual for me. I don't respond typically to that, because they're more bad than good, right? So, they are all bad, right?
Well, I mean, bad is a relative term in Warhammer 40K, right? We can actually look into the Space Marines and say, well, they're not so good,
right?
Even though they're supposed to be the good guys, right?
Right. But, so, are they supposed to be the bad guys, the Tyranids, or no?
If you're an Imperial citizen living in one of the worlds that's being devoured by the Tyranids, I would say yes. But as far as a universal predator, they're predators. That's the way I look at it, right? But I think if you're an Imperial citizen, you might think they're bad.
Right, which is why typically I don't respond to them. But
that was surprising. Yeah. Why does she like the Tyranids? Well, that's great. I mean, they're awesome models. And, of course, GW, that's what I call them. GW, Games Workshop, they've announced several new models for all of their factions. I normally don't post a lot of things about 40K. GW is very particular about the stuff that, they don't want their stuff leaked and all that. And I can understand that from a business point of view, right? Yeah, and so I'm very careful about how I post about the GW. But 9th edition is no secret. The first 9th edition game has already been posted on Guerrilla Miniatures game. It's the first game that I've seen, and it's a YouTube channel, and I like to follow them. They play a lot of different games just like us, and he's already posted 9th edition game, which I want to check out. So,
nice.
Anything else about 40K?
No, I don't know enough about it yet.
Yeah, so we'll have to look into it, and maybe, folks, I am kind of drooling about the new models. So who knows, maybe she'll get a Tyranid starter set and I'll get something else, and we'll see. Okay, and the next news is that Frostgrave, now you know about this game.
Yeah,
you've played this game. Yeah, and so Frostgrave is getting its 2nd edition, and we're very excited about that. So
that's great.
Yeah,
awesome.
We're going to see how it's changed the game and all that.
Oh, catch me up.
Yeah, it's been a long time. The past few weeks, I've been working on some really big projects, as you know.
Yeah.
And I've been working mostly with tinfoil.
Right.
And so what you see in front of us is my Frostgrave table.
It's awesome. It's
and
really awesome.
You like it?
Yeah, I do.
And then the how I build ruins with tinfoil and everything else. And then before that, I actually posted about a really big project. We have all the tables set up here, folks. And we have my cave table, which you guys, if you've been following the page, you've seen videos on all the caves.
Right, yeah.
And so,
great. It's great.
Yeah, we've been playing a few games, Julie and I also. Dragon Rampant was one of those things, and you know that already. But yeah, so we've had a lot going on.
You've been busy.
I've been very busy.
Yeah.
And we have been playing a few games, and then our last game was Dragon Rampant. We tried out those rules. It was the first time Julie ever played. Right? It was a very interesting game.
Victorious!
Yes, the elves, of course, of course. My poor lizard men. So what did you think about that game?
I liked it. I was concerned at first because the way you play it, one player playing all his armies and then the other player, I typically don't like that kind of game.
Right.
Or that method of playing.
Yeah.
Right. But explain the mechanism.
Yeah, the mechanism was that, of course, if you fail an order, your opponent immediately gets their turn. And so that's pretty brutal.
Yeah. But that makes it more fun, though.
That does make it more fun, and so it's more like the way you like it.
Yeah.
Because what we're talking about is like in what is a Wrath of Kings. Mm-hmm. What you've expressed in the past is that it's I move a model, you move a model.
Yeah, and it makes it easier. You don't get bored because you're constantly, playing.
Moving.
You're not having to wait long periods of time. Yeah.
And Advanced Song of Blades and Heroes is the same way. You're playing with fewer models. Now, that game is different because if you remember, it's when you fail 2 rolls that the opponent has the option to take their turn, right? But the option in Dragon Rampant, the turn immediately goes to the opponent. So that's kind of brutal.
Yeah.
My little priest kept failing his rolls. And of course, I'm going to be replacing that little priest because because he just kept failing his rolls and turns kept going to her.
Yeah.
And of course, the lizardmen did not do so well. So, but and of course she's happy. But anyway, the Dice Gods were not with me, and that was one of the recaps that we have that's been going on in the studio. And I've also been painting.
Yes, you have. You've been painting quite a bit.
Yeah, I've been painting models, painting Rune Wars, and we haven't discussed that game yet. But Rune Wars is a game that we want to play. And of course, I've been painting your elves because that's what she likes. And we're gonna see that's gonna be in the future. We have a lot of games here to try. And here are the jungle trees that I have been talking about.
Those are great.
You like those?
Yeah, I do.
And I think that these will go good for some of our jungle games in the future.
Yeah, definitely. I really like the model that you have in the middle.
Yeah, from Age of Sigmar. Yeah, it's a giant lizard.
I like those. Those are cool.
Yeah, and he's like in between all the jungle trees. And so if you haven't seen these videos, folks, visit my timeline and you will see how I made these trees. So, all right.
To play on this table.
Okay, well, that's great. So this is my winter table, folks, and I've changed it a little bit. You can see one of the warbrands, most likely Julie's, already there. And yeah, so you like this table.
I love this table.
And let's just go here. And this is my cave table.
I like this too, yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to try and play some games on this as well. Yeah.
I love the mushrooms.
You like the mushrooms?
The giant mushrooms
are
awesome.
Yeah, and this is all tinfoil, as you know. And yeah, we're going to test it out with a few games.
Yep. So, what are these? What are these?
Oh, yeah. Those are actually little teleporters that I've made for any game, but it's going to be used in Frostgrave because we're playing on a much larger table.
Right, yeah.
And so if you remember the little teleporters.
Oh, these are awesome now. Yeah, because we used to just kind of go, okay, this corner and that corner and that corner.
Yeah, yeah.
That is terrific.
Yeah, so now I actually have little teleporters. Figure gets on the teleporter, you roll to see where you pop up. And
this is great. I love it.
Each of those is going to have a number.
Yeah.
In Roman numerals. And this way you know when you roll the dice where you're going to pop up.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it made the game so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
So
this is going to be great. I can't wait to play on this table.
Yeah, and that's one of our bigger tables.
Yeah.
We normally play Frostgrave on smaller tables. Although in the past,
yeah, I know the last time we played on a pretty big table.
Yeah, it was a big table.
Yeah.
That's right. We did play on a big table, but there were 4 players in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're playing 2 players.
Right. Yeah, and we even said though the last time when there were 4 players, we said it was too big.
Yes, it was a pretty big table.
This is much better. I can't wait. Really, seriously, I cannot wait to play on this table.
And now that you say that, next week is gonna be Frostgrave week. Hopefully Julie will join me, and we're not gonna talk so much about the rules the way I normally do. We're gonna just come up with little videos on different situations in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, how to use your archers, how to use your soldiers. We're going to talk about the wizards and the spells that they have.
Right.
And then kind of play out a turn.
Yeah,
You
that'll
know.
be fun.
Yeah, that'll be great. And we do have a building project for next week. I try to have a building project every week, even if it's simple. So we are, for you guys that just like to see my building projects, we will have a building project next week, but it's going to be related to Frostgrave. It's going to be kind of wintry, right? So I'll decide during the week, and maybe Julie can help me throughout the week.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, to kind of do the videos together.
Yeah.
And anything else you have for the page?
No, nothing else.
Okay, so this has been our brief summary. We're kind of getting back into the chats little by little, Julie and I.
We're working on it.
Yeah, we're working on it.
I'm working on it. It's my fault.
Well, we both had a lot going on.
Well, that's for sure.
You guys can imagine. I've had health issues and still do.
And I have as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, And so she's had health issues, and this whole COVID-19 and everything else going on, as you guys can imagine. So we are working on it, and hopefully, I know people have asked, when is Julie coming back? And she will be coming back. And
I will.
certainly, you haven't seen her in the games so much, but little by little, we're going to start to work on the page together. And,
Definitely.
And I'm very lucky to have her to support the page. So, very lucky. All right, folks. Well, this is it. Julie and MJ for MJ Tabletop Creations and Games. And I hope you guys will follow me this week. Starting Sunday is Frostgrave week. Now, tomorrow I'm going to end to talk about trees, how to make trees, and hills. We're going to talk about that, and then that's it. Then we're going to jump straight into Frostgrave for Sunday. All right, so stay tuned.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right.
Yay.
Good to be back. And stay safe, everybody.
Yep. Stay safe.